What are the first signs of chronic skin failure? So, Loretta, that's a great question. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I hope you're having a great Sunday. It is, I guess, the Memorial Day weekend, which starts Memorial Day in the United States is on Monday. And in my mind, that's when the swimming pools open. That's when everybody goes for barbecues, and it's basically a welcome of summer. But yesterday, as I was working at my office and I was telling people about how spring is coming to an end, and my client was like, "No, summer actually starts from June 22nd." And I'm like, "Really? Summer starts for your skin with the temperature that it is. So if we're living in the time of climate change, summer is coming earlier, and I feel hot. It's like hot outside. So if your skin is facing temperatures of 70 degrees or above, sweetheart, let me just break it to you. Summer has started. So listen, for a lot of people, this is a great time. Summer is a great time. Again, for those of you who do not know me, this is Dr. Jin on a casual weekend Sunday, but which is not really casual for me because I work weekends. Remember, guys, when you guys are off, that's when I'm on. I have to work when you guys are off, because when you're at work, I'm chillaxing. I'm preparing for work at that time. Hello, Rose. How are you? So welcome to my Sunday. I am at my home office. For those of you who do not know, this is my home. Sometimes I work from home. Actually, when there was the pandemic, I worked entirely from home. So this is my home office studio. This is my own therapy. That's my bed where we do treatments. And if you see here, this is my messy looking, but you know, I can find everything over here, so it's not that messy. It's not messy if you can find your shit. Anyway, guys, tell me what's going on. Yes. Hello, Navi Baloch. Yes, I recently did a TEDx talk at Georgetown University, and the topic of the talk was about vanity and anti-aging. Basically, it was my own journey, how I got into the field of anti-aging, and the title was "Vanity is not a dirty word." So for those of you who think that being vain, there's something wrong about feeling a sense of vanity, are mistaken. Vanity is a skill you need to learn to develop. And that was kind of premise of my talk. But because my talk was about anti-aging. Where did you do the TEDx talk? I did it in Georgetown University in Washington, D.C., which is it's a beautiful university. It was in one of their main halls, which is called Gaston Hall, which is beautiful. It looks like Hogwarts, and not only it looks like Hogwarts, but it's actually quite old also. It's quite dated. Why did you decide to do the TEDx talk? So I had written a book in 2019, which was kind of handbook of anti-aging treatments that I had learned and practiced on my clients. So I wrote this book to kind of make it to inform my own followers and my own clients and my non-medical clientele who needed to hear what are the new age treatments for health and preserving health and wellness. And recently, a new realization has been dawning upon people who deal with skincare is that skin is the largest organ of your body, and your health insurances will spend hundreds and thousands of dollars on the preservation of your internal body organs like your heart, your kidneys, if they, as you age and as you go through time and as you go through different events and chemicals and whatever, as the decline happens in the inside organs of your body, your health insurance is going to spend a lot of money on you to preserve you. However, what they don't assist you with is skin failure. And as skin being the largest organ that you possess, which is the fabric of your existence, which is the barrier that separates you from the rest of the world, skin represents not just every organ that is present in the inside. Your skin has a very important relationship to your brain. And the reason is that when you were like 1 cell old, when you were like a little tiny zygote, when you were the embryo, when you were just 1 cell, at that point, when you started growing, your skin cell and your brain cells, they arise from the same outermost layer of the embryo. So these cells, your skin cells and your brain cells, are all lovers. They're old friends. So when your brain in its consciousness, whenever it views itself as aging, it has an impact. Your skin health and your skin decline has an impact on your brain. So when your skin fails, guess what happens? When your skin fails, it falls. It loses its architecture, its elasticity, and it falls. So there are now some non-surgical, minimally invasive treatments that are out there that you can use to your advantage, and it will allow you to keep yourself intact as you go through time. And the time when you start doing some of these treatments, that's where you kind of halt the process of failure for your skin. Now, because skin treatments are confused with being vain and vanity and it's whatever so a lot of people deny themselves some of these treatments, which I feel is my message is to inform you that is a mistake, and you have to redefine what a little bit of value, a little bit of vanity may hold for you. What are the first signs of chronic skin failure? So, Loretta, that's a great question, and I know that you're very young and you are in the process where you've not reached the skin failure part yet. However, what happens is that as your body naturally, for women, it can sometimes be a little different than men. However, because women also have to undergo childbirth, and if you've grown in size and if you've shrunk back and forth a few times, it will cause your skin to lose some of its elasticity faster than somebody who did not experience childbirth or weight gain during pregnancy. So usually when you are about to hit the pause, guess what? Our bodies experience a pause before its decline. So as you go through life, and your 20s are great, your 30s you start understanding a little bit of shit, and by the time you hit your 40s and you kind of get it, at that point you're also coming to the pause. So that pause is like, for women, it's called menopause. For men reach that pause a little bit later in life, especially because they do not have to undergo childbirth and stuff. So their bodies reaches a pause sometimes in the mid 50s and stuff. So that's like, I like to call it a menopause at that point, where they experience decline in the hormones. And again, whenever your internal environment of the body changes, the system is going to experience it differently. So when women have like a decline in their hormonal stuff, and it's waxing and waning, they experience a lot of dryness of the skin, and a lot of you will see that your skin no longer restores itself when you sleep at night, when you go for vacations, when you eat very well and stuff. It's no longer bringing you back to its original form. And at that point, you have to understand that you may be experiencing a little bit of skin failure. So I recommend a lot of things right now. So for our ancestors have tried to battle skin failure and aging. And chronic skin failure, as it progresses, the very wealthy people can actually fix it. So if you're like a super wealthy person who doesn't mind spending $100,000 on restructuring of your face, you can always go get it cut, get it tucked up. It's like a fabric, so there is looseness, there is sagginess. You can go and get it cut and restitched. So there are tailors, there are skin tailors now. And what I do is that I'm a non-surgical skin tailor. So basically, I help you with prevention of you not needing a surgery. And God forbid, if you found me too late in life and you do need one surgery, because just like any other fabric, once it's gone, it's gone. It's very hard to restore. If the restoration is a little bit, it's okay. We can still do it. But restoration, if you've ignored the fabric for decades, and you've not done anything because you just thought that you were born with all this and it's going to stay forever, and then one day it's poof gone, just know that yes, now we live in a different era and a different time in human knowledge and medicine and awareness, and we have medications that, when done correctly by the right people, will allow you to halt your aging. All right, and these are FDA approved. You have to find a board certified doctor in your area, wherever you live, who has been doing it for several years. Guys, your skin is the most precious fabric that you will ever own. Hello, Miss Elizabeth Cruz. How are you? So just know that what would you do if God had given you the most expensive fabric that you own, and you have to preserve it, or you have to restore it, or rejuvenate it, or resuscitate it, whatever the heck? Who would you go to? That you better go to the best skin tailor in town. That's what I would say. Pregnancy affects also fat in the abs. How can I get rid of it without a mommy makeover? You can get rid of it. Now, sometimes it's what I suggest is, stop. You have to work out. You have to control your calories, and there are specific exercises, and just know that you don't have to snap back in 2 seconds. You just made human life. You just gave birth. So don't be too hard on yourself. And then just make sure that not only don't be harsh on yourself or your body, but do it in a healthy way. And sometimes now there are like machines that can help you with skin tightening if there is laxity once you've lost the weight. And sometimes there are things that we do for ladies to just reduce some of the fat that may have accumulated in certain areas of your belly. So the lower abs are usually a big ass deal for a lot of women. And usually I tell them that just try some cool sculpting with diet and exercise, of course. What else? I know I saw your pictures, so I am very sure that you'll be able to get rid of whatever weight you are sitting on, Lauren. Just be kind to yourself. To thy own self, be kind. Be true, of course. Hopefully we're all true to ourselves, but also be kind to yourself. Where are you from? I'm from New York. Where did you travel to recently? I went to Prague and I posted a lot of pictures. Actually, not only I went to Prague, but I also went to Amsterdam after that. It was my spring break. And in Amsterdam, I was so fortunate to go and be able to attend this decade's most important art show, which was in their Rijksmuseum Museum in Amsterdam. It's on Vermeer, which is a very, very 17th century, very famous painter. And it was the largest collection of Vermeer in the same place. So I saw that. And plus I also went and saw Van Gogh. Actually, I bought the scarf. Actually, I dressed up today because I am still under the influence of my vacation. So I got this Van Gogh scarf from Van Gogh Museum. Let me see, where is that? Yeah, this is a Van Gogh scarf. It's from Van Gogh Museum. I got this. Actually, it's from Van Gogh Museum, but it's made in India. Anyway, so I bought this scarf from which actually shows the famous painting by Van Gogh, which is the sunflowers. He was the best sunflower painter, by the way. So I had a great time. It was an art immersion. And then, so Amsterdam was great because of the amazing, timeless art. Some of the most famous paintings known to humans were all in one place. They were all like in two different separate museums, separated by like maybe not even like 600 feet. And it was pure delight. However, when I went to Prague, I was blown away with the beauty of that city, because it was like 1,000 years of curated beauty through generations that just have given that country an appearance that is mind-blowing. Plus, it's super inexpensive if you're going from New York, because one Czech dollar is $1 is equal to like maybe 20 Czech currency. So I just felt that I can go shopping. Where did you go? How was your vacation? All right, my vacation was great. Do you treat people with body dysmorphia? What are the best treatments to get during summer? Do you perform surgical procedures? No, we do not perform surgical procedures. I am the person. If I can't prevent you from getting that surgery, then I don't know who can. Because it's not just magic. It's some FDA approved medications and some machines that you have to give yourself to reverse any skin aging that you have, and plus to routinely prevent the ongoing skin damage. Because remember, one thing that you have to realize is that you're nothing but a bag of skin that's holding your consciousness, that is rolling through time and space on a planet bound to the topsoil of this planet through gravity. So your skin, which is the barrier that protects you from all the elements, is a result of internal and external factors. Your consciousness is dependent, and the health of your consciousness and the beauty of your consciousness is dependent upon the chemical nature that exists not just inside of you, but also is that you immerse yourself in. So that's why I say that one of the future careers that people will consider will be what I do, which is skin tailoring, where you have to be faithful to the people that you are helping preserve themselves. Because remember, when you go to a skin tailor, you do not want to change yourself. You do not want to alter your perception of self. You want to still be you. You want that when you meet someone, you look like you, you feel like you. So that is how do you find, people ask me all the time, like how do you know which person to go to, which injector will be the best for you? And the best injector is the one who doesn't change you, who doesn't change your perception of self, because it's not about how others see you. It's about how you see you. All right. And one way to see yourself through time is to just stay, where you like yourself the most. Now you can keep it together for a whole while longer. Now every decade will come with its own issues and its own problems. In your 30s, it may be your public face. In your 50s, it might be your pelvic area that may need some assistance. In your 60s and 70s, it may be weight. It may be brain health. However, the earlier you start looking after yourself and understanding your body and making connections with people who will assist your body through time, is a very important thing. Oh, I see so many. If you get a surgical procedure, do you still need anti-aging treatments? Yes. Rose, that's a great question. 100% yes. Because remember, your anti-aging is a way of life. However, when you do surgical treatments on your skin, for instance, you got like a facelift, let's say neck lift, because you had like a Birkin hanging right here, and now you cut it and now you have stitched it back. Now, if you do not preserve it and do some of the non-surgical treatments to preserve it, the fabric will hang again. Because remember, your skin grows all your life, even if it is very little. It just keeps growing. It keeps and as it grows, it also starts losing the capacity to keep itself together. And so it loses its elasticity, and it loses its glow, and it loses all. So what do you do at that point is that we now have some anti-aging medications that allow us to restore the fabric from inside, because there is no way for you to topically apply anything currently or eat anything that will assist you. One of the very important things that I like to tell people as they're anti-aging is to get routine vitamin skincare infusions. And I call them my beauty infusions. However, they're really good. And if you've never tried it, I invite you to try it. Give yourself this gift. Give yourself this gift. Now, not all infusions are created equal. I understand. If I am like the probably the Gordon Ramsay of the vitamin infusions, not because I was born that way, but because I trained myself to a point. I've been a doctor for 30 years, and for the last 10 years, I've been doing anti-aging. So I have been working with these concoctions for like 7-8 years for sure. And I've been doing it personally, and I do it for a lot of clients. So I feel that we have like come up with very good, but that information is proprietary for us. But I always disclose all the ingredients that we place into it without telling you the doses that you need to place for certain things. But it's usually high dose vitamin C. There are a lot of B vitamins. There's B6, B12, B complex. We also give you biotin. We also give you some liver cleanse, which is like MIC. And these are all water soluble vitamins. There is no preservatives in it. And these have to be placed in your vein. So they have to be done at a doctor's office with a registered nurse or a nurse practitioner who can watch you while you get these treatments. Because remember, this is not some bullshit, woo-woo bullshit that you do outside with whoever comes in contact with you, but you do these treatments at a doctor's office when you're in the United States. So yeah, you need anti-aging treatments even if you go get surgery. Now, ladies who were like a little bit older than me, like, 10, 20 years older than me, they had a different protocol. What protocol they used to have? They used to go and get surgically excised every 7-8 years. Because remember, if your skin grows this much every year, in 7-8 years, it'll be this much. And you'll be like, oh, I have a jowl here, I have a jowl here, I have a jowl here. And then you go and you do another cut. But then at some point you get cut so many times that you look fake and phony and stupid. And you like pull too tight and the skin is like losing its thing because you're not doing any infusions. You're not doing any other things to support your structure. So a very, very important thing that you have to do to support yourself is to do the infusions. Because you have to bypass the gut. For these minerals to actually help your skin, you have to bypass the gut biome, because your gut biome for these tiny little water soluble molecules is like the Great Wall of China. They cannot cross it. So people may sell you a lot of oral stuff, but guess what? If it is not fat soluble, you're just gonna poop it out. Because and maybe you will keep it in when you're still in your 20s, when you're still in your 30s. However, in your 40s and 50s and 60s, please don't expect oral medications or oral vitamins to help your skin, because your skin suffers from the worst form of economic trickle down economics in the system of your body. In the political system of your body, your skin suffers the most because it gets the least bit of shit. So one way to keep providing it, because your gut biome is just as jaded as you are. It's not going to open itself and let different molecules in. It's like, I got my food, I got my protein, I got some whatever. Go ahead. So it lets a lot of your food go to your toilet. So one way to really benefit yourself is to do infusions and to find places where you can get these. I know you guys are in a different country and I wish I was there. All the people who are in New York who work for me, they always come to me. And I'm not cheap. And this is not something that you need too often. Like you need maybe like 3-4 times in a year when you're in your 30s. When you are in your 40s, maybe again the same amount of time. But when you hit the pause, you better be doing it as frequently as you can. What is your opinion in regards to Wegovy? Should we drink collagen? Rose, I don't think that you need to drink collagen, because one of the things is that collagen, first of all, again, imagine that collagen molecule that you are drinking. From the stomach, even if it gets in, that collagen is not going to travel all the way that those molecules and go and land in your smile lines or forehead or whatever. Basically, those are just empty calories that you are just taking in, and you might end up gaining weight over a period of time if you are not careful, because if you're taking extra 150, 200 calories in the form of pills, I see sometimes women are like, oh, I see these fine lines getting better. And I'm like, dude, you just gained 5 pounds. So when you gain, and listen, if I have to gain weight, and I'm a food addict in recovery, so I can tell you that if I have to eat calories, I like them in the form of ice cream. Our professor is here. Professor, we're live right now. Oh, what is? Oh, guys, check this out. This is in New York Times. Sunday magazine. This is the Sunday magazine of New York Times, and guess what it is showing? It's showing a picture of Rocio and me. No, it's a Vermeer painting. This is a Vermeer painting. This is where I was in Amsterdam. It's in the news, guys. This was the party of the decade, and I got to attend it. How amazing it is. So it is reframing Vermeer. Check this out. Oh my, I think if you guys follow me, you would be able to see all these paintings. So this is the milkmaid. No, so I would say don't drink collagen. Oh, look at this. These are all of his paintings that he was a great painter. But I not only attended the Vermeer, they actually say that nobody is ever gonna be able to get a Vermeer this big collection ever again. But I say never again. But these are such precious, hundreds of years old paintings that they don't move it that much. And usually museums don't even give it to other museums. But it was in Amsterdam. How amazing is that? Yeah, so please don't drink collagen. What is your opinion in regards to Wegovy? So Wegovy and Ozempic are the brand name for this new medication, which is an anti-obesity medication. I 100% understand the value of treating obesity, because even in the realm of anti-aging, weight management is one of the most important pillars in your body's health and wellness journey. So in America, there is a big time obesity pandemic, because we just the FDA allows a lot of bullshit food that actually causes food addiction in people to be present all the time for people. So people eat a lot because they can't control the stuff that happens to their brain after they start eating. It's just like when you eat that one Dorito and then you want to eat that whole bag and then take another bag. That's not just the Dorito. It's like the chemicals that they place in those things. So obesity is a very big problem that is occurring to mankind. And what happens is that it is that one problem that leads to 20,000 other problems all through your life. And guess what? When your body hits the pauses in your life, and you hit that pause, it's only going to get worse. Removing the excess weight will only become worse as you get older, So Ozempic and Wegovy are these pharmaceutical medications. It's the same company. Ozempic is what they're using for, not just diabetes management, but for weight management also. But Wegovy is just out of insurance they're giving for weight management. My only concern with these medications is that their main side effect, that their topmost side effect that is written for them, is thyroid, C cell and B cell cancer. So I just, as as a risk management a person for my clients, I also like to talk to them about the risks of developing cancer. Once you're done with one problem, guess what? Now you're developing some other problem. And that is that. However, have I used Wegovy myself? No, I haven't. So Juvanni has a weight management program, but we do our weight management program as part of our Food Addicts Diet Camp, because I understand food addiction, because I suffer from it, and I have to constantly advise myself to, calm it down. So I do treat it, and I understand it, and I have helped a lot of people get over their addictions and get a handle over their addictions. And you have to do it in a continuous way for the rest of your life, so that your system doesn't get sick because of the consequences of you overeating in an uncontrolled way for too long. So that treatment I like to do through something which is the least bit of problematic, and that is with HCG. So we do HCG injections in combination with some of our vitamin cocktails and mineral cocktails. So you feel energetic and focused while you're not experiencing triggers for food. So yeah, will I recommend Wegovy to someone? Listen, I give people glycemia. Sometimes I don't like to do phentermine. Phentermine is something that, one of my fears about Ozempic is that it is the phentermine of this decade, where people, for as long as they're using it, they're going to lose weight. And then when they stop using it, they're going to gain it all back. So again, unless you train people that food is an addiction, and this is not like for 5 days that you're going to just be thin, but the moment you're going to stop, your hunger is going to come back. And then what you're going to do? Do you treat people with body dysmorphia? So body dysmorphia is a condition where your brain does not perceive the beauty of your body and your system. And it could be a wide variety of things. It could be something, the physical that you have. It could be something mental, because you live with idiots who created insecurities in your system. However, body dysmorphia is a very valid condition which should not be managed at an injector's office. And if you have body dysmorphia, I basically want you to get first help first understand that you have body dysmorphia. If you have body dysmorphia and you're unaware of it, then I would like to make you aware of it. Because anti-aging, if you have body dysmorphia and you're also anti-aging, you can get very quickly deformed because you're not perceiving your beauty. And you always feel that something is wrong with you. Meanwhile, nothing is wrong with you. And so you have to make sure that your injector or your anti-aging doctor or the person who is treating you has connected with you at that level where they allow you and help you see yourself and be okay with yourself and not be in that zone. So yeah, stay away from plastic surgeons, stay away from doctors who will just do something every time, stay away from them and you'll be fine. So we do treat, but we treat them differently. We treat them with love and kindness. And why do I understand body dysmorphia that well is because I had it. And if you want to know my story, you can read my book about it. I wrote about body dysmorphia in detail because I suffered from a skin condition which actually caused cognitive dissonance in myself, because I was like, shit, there is something, there is these rashes happening. So yeah, body dysmorphia is real. However, you can get over it. It is something. It is not like an addiction. It is not an addiction. Body dysmorphia is different from addiction. Addiction, once you are an addict, it never gets cured. You'll always remain an addict. You just go into recovery, and you may go into a different addiction. However, if you have body dysmorphia, you can get over it. Isn't that fun? What are the best treatments to get during summer? The best treatments to get during summer is to make sure that you get skin infusions, number 1. And number 2 is, I would say, some cool sculpting. Because you'll be like, you're less clothed. So maybe some cool sculpting. I love cool sculpting during summer because suddenly I look more snatched. What other things? Botox and fillers you can do anytime. I don't do any lasers. Stay away from any office that offers you laser treatments. No lasers during summer. I think we are done. I think I've answered all the questions that I could find. And if I haven't, I'll come back again. And how is pelvic health related with anti-aging? Now that's again last question that I'm going to answer. This will be the last question that I'll answer, and then okay, so swipe left. Okay, so pelvic health is related to your anti-aging also. Listen, your body is like this one system. You are the most complicated computer that exists with consciousness. So you are an intelligence that is beyond the physical realm. You are a very important computer, and your brain has evolved over millions and millions of years. So there are several things that will impact your brain, and your pelvic health is connected with your brain health. So I tell everyone that contrary to popular opinion, you don't have one face. You have 2 faces. One is your public face, which you show to everyone else. Then one is your private face, which is your pelvic face, which you show to only some people that you are intimate with, or maybe your gynecologist or your urologist. However, the health of both these faces is very important. The health and anti-aging of both these faces will become important in the overall maintenance of quality of your lifespan throughout its entirety, not just for the few seconds that you're going to be young and beautiful and healthy. So there are methods that we can employ now that will assist you. Now, your health insurance is not going to cover this, because remember, your health insurance is like your car insurance. It only gets triggered when you have met with a problem or a disease or a disorder. So in your car insurance gets triggered when you get into an accident, and then you have to pay a deductible, and then the rest they cover. Similarly, your health insurance is kind of based just like on your car, like a car, because guess what? They have figured it out that your body is a vehicle that carries your soul and your consciousness. So when it gets into a disease, only then your health insurance covers it. If you have health insurance, it does not cover the routine maintenance, the oil changes, the cleaning, the anti-aging, the rejuvenation. It doesn't cover any of that. And even when it covers only the diseases, it is still unaware of covering some of the diseases of skin, because skin is kind of confused with vanity. Skincare, unless you have a festering cancer somewhere on the skin, they're not going to do anything about it. So that's the problem. And so I feel that dermatologists and psychiatrists should get together and work with each other so they can improve not just skin treatments, but also mental health treatments, because these two organs are kind of related with each other. So yes, as we treat skin for the entire body, we also have to treat the face as well as the pelvic area. Both your faces need treatment. Okay, guys, I love you. Thank you for listening. I can see it's my time to move on. I have guests coming, so I'll be back tomorrow because guess what is tomorrow? A holiday, the Memorial Day, and we have like sales going on. So I'll be coming in tomorrow. And guess what? When you guys are off, I am on. So I will be on tomorrow, and we'll talk more about our anti-aging sales on and specials on this Memorial Day, which is about facials and vitamin skin infusions. Take care, guys. I'll see you when I see you next. Bye bye. Have a great weekend.